Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is what it is that we do. Team No Sleep. Don't worry about what day it is because we
It's that day.
prepping.
It's that
Yeah,
day.
we
That's why, because it's that day. That's the
it's
day it
that
is. It's
day.
that
You
day.
know, we prepping for the holiday, and I already got my elastic pants on, so y'all don't worry about what we getting into. Montel Allen, talk to me, man. You good?
Oh yeah, man. Blessed, man. As usual, man. Cannot complain. Just
Can't complain.
take it one day at a time. Keep praying to God, man, and everything gonna be okay.
Man, he done already said something right there, ladies and gentlemen. There we go, right there. I love it. All right, folks. You know how we typically do. You see, this is pre-recorded, so there's not going to be any direct interaction. It's going to be us chopping it up. But we start with social impact comments and stories, and it typically been the whole show. Um, and they've been negative, unfortunately. And we got some recaps on some stories that we talked about already. I think we the only ones that actually talk about these stories and actually come back and actually recap on what's going on. So remember we talked about this situation right here over at University of Virginia. Man, University of Virginia has had too many things going. University of Virginia and Virginia Tech.
Hmm.
I'm tired of seeing them two school in any school having a whole bunch of drama, homicides, and just whatever happening. But 5 life sentences for the individual that committed the heinous crime of actually killing these 3 football players.
Hmm.
5 life sentences. Justice has been served to an extent, Montel?
Yeah, yeah, to an extent, but I mean that's four lives ruined, right?
Yeah.
Four families affected, four families. That's including the shooters. Um, it's tough, man. It's tough. It's tough to swallow those things. I know. I'm a I guess I don't know if I would call myself a victim, but my brother was murdered, so I know
Mm.
how that feels. I can only imagine how their families feel. Um, there's never enough justice, right, for the crime. Never enough justice because you took someone's life away, and you still get to live whether you're living in prison or living out on the street. You're still living. I feel bad for the 3 victims' families and everybody around us affected. I know how it is, and now we're coming around holiday time
Mhm.
where you remember your families and your loved ones, and you want to be around your family and loved ones the most. So I know how much that pain is. All you can do is pray, man. Pray. Time heals those wounds a little bit. You never forgive or forget. I try to
Yeah.
be a forgiving person, but I'll never forgive the person that did to my brother. So I can only imagine how those families feel towards the person that took those gentlemen's lives. I could just pray for them, just wishing for the best, man. And the scorn of a mother
Oof.
and the tears of a mother, that's the toughest thing to endure.
Yeah.
So I
Not
mean,
just holiday, every day, right? I can
yeah,
only
every
I can
day.
only imagine. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's only in heightened during holiday season, right? Because we can. There's nothing you can say, do. Um, Nothing. There's nothing to numb that pain, man. Nothing. I mean, it's funny. Yeah, I don't even drink, but drink till you pass out. I mean, whatever you got to do to numb that pain, because that's an eerie pain. It just hurts and it lingers and it's never going away. And these promising young kings that we have that was going to do something in their lives was taken away in a place we thought was a safe haven on the bus for football. Going to a football game or football practice or a football event.
Yeah.
It's just it's sad, man. It's really really sad. And the victim that did it, I'm sure his parents, they feel just as bad as the
Yeah.
victims.
Yeah.
Their son
It's
is
that
gone.
domino effect that we talk
Yeah,
about, right?
man.
Everyone's infected.
Everybody's Thanksgiving in these holiday seasons is going to be really really somber on all four sides of the
Hmm.
family. Um, it's a sad situation, man, and it happens too often in our communities. It just
Too
happens way
many.
too many.
Right. Four lives directly lost. So even though Christopher Darnell Jones Jr. pleaded guilty, like you should have. Look, he did
Yeah,
it. And don't
yeah.
try to cop a deal or anything. You did it, and the fact that you at least pleaded guilty, the judge said no. 5 life sentences, one each for the killing of Devin, Lavelle, Deshaun, and then the aggravated malicious wounding of Michael and Marley, the other 2 gentlemen. That
Mhm.
premeditated, aggravated, all those adjectives that you want to use. One, I could never understand why someone would get to that extreme, and
Yeah.
I never want to either. But just the fact that that's happened, and now you got all these people that are affected, man. This is just
It,
it's too bad.
I mean, we talked about it before. Mental health, man, in our
Hmm.
community, because we know it's shunned upon in our community. It is. Person go see a psychiatrist. The perceptions of people give it are always negative, right? Crazy, whatever. But I do believe in this era in our lives, and especially with the digital area, we're always on, we're always on our phones, always on computers, always influenced by all these different things too much. It's an overkill. And I think people need to realize when they need help.
Hmm.
Like they not even if they don't realize it, somebody around them that notices that behavior change or that behavior shift needs to say, maybe you need to get some help. Maybe you need to get that, talk to someone and not be ashamed of it and say, hey, let's go see somebody that can help you, you know, cope with the situations that's going on. And I think we also need to be honest within ourselves. I mean, something's not right. It's not off. I'm always angry all the time. When I get the thoughts that I want to kill somebody, and I'm not talking about, man, kill, not speaking just to talk, but when you physically feel that I'm going to do something like that, man, don't be so much so prideful that you can't go get some help, or ask. I mean, I know it's hard to ask your surrounding and your friends because they will, you know, they'll bash you, shame you, and all that stuff because they don't understand it. But I think you should need to step outside your circle and be like, I need some help. Ask somebody, ask a professor, ask someone that you respect that's on the side that's outside of the circle, and let them know. I think I really need to get some professional help to kind of sort out what's going on in my head. Um,
No, well, hold on. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna counter that. You
yeah.
talked about if your squad, the people that are around you are gonna look at you funny, then you definitely hanging with the wrong people.
I think so, but I mean, ignorance is bliss, right? I mean, we clown
Mhm.
around. Friends
Yeah,
clown around other friends all the time about things that we shouldn't clown around about. Like
yeah.
if you see somebody that's, that likes the opposite sex or likes, the same sex, somebody that's
Mhm.
in your around your circle, and they're not gonna tell their own friends around, especially when we group around all the dudes that's got that machoism. It's
Yeah,
just you fear the backlash you're gonna get from saying that. But I do think people need to take a deeper look within themselves and say, hey, maybe I need to, ask myself if I need some help. And that's before you do a crime like that or before you commit suicide. Those things that throw you off, man, there's people there to help. Get an outside opinion that'll listen to what's going on and help you sort your thoughts and sort your feelings. Because we don't need no more lives gone, man. We need every life
yeah.
that's here on this earth.
We only here
And
for a minute anyway.
yeah, yeah. And for them to live their dreams and help the people they're gonna help and do the things they need to do, man. We just really, really need to pay attention to people. And that's why I think people joke around when I say check up on your loved one, check up on people. I think it's really important that you really do because those little things right there could change someone's perspective that quite moment and stop them from doing something horrendous.
Like tear jerkers and just I I do, man. I hate I don't know. I hate these 2. Maybe we change the format or something. Maybe we
No,
gotta
I
tell
mean, I mean, you
or
know what?
maybe
I
just a
never
way
want to
for
change
this
the
stuff to
format.
stop.
Be,
I'm
be,
just
be,
talking.
no, I hear you. No, I mean, I always want to end with a nice story too, or be having nice stories. But I mean, we can't, man, because these are things that are in our community,
Yeah,
especially within the sports world, that no one talks about. No one on the full, no one in the NFL, unless they're really brave, is talking about mental health.
yeah,
Whether they have a problem with CT or not, they're not talking about it in the locker room. There's not a group of fellas saying, man, I really need to go get some help and go talk to a psychiatrist. They're not doing that. No one's doing that in none of those macho sports. I'm not quite sure how it works in women's sports. It may be a little different. But definitely I know in the male dominant sports that are really, especially have a lot of physicality to it and machoism in it, they're not talking about going to get help. They're not talking about those types of things. They're not even discussing them. And our show I think brings to light that like these are things that need to be addressed. Teams can only do so much, right? You can have a psychiatrist there on site, but if no one comes to see that person, it really doesn't do any help, right? So
mhm,
I think at some point we need to reflect and look at self and know when there's something off. Like that brother that took his life for the Dallas Cowboy, man,
yeah,
they even knew he had a mental condition and wasn't able to stop him from killing himself. We need to be able to somehow get ahead of it, right? Get ahead of it, make it okay for them to confine to somebody and let out what's let now to get the person the right treatment, whether it be medicine,
Yeah.
just another ear or whatever it needs to do, whatever needs to be done to help.
Yeah.
Um,
And that brother, I mean, you couldn't have seen it the
no,
night before because theoretically was on cloud nine because he scored his first touchdown. Right?
yeah,
So,
had,
all right, after the game, boom, you did something cool. You probably went out and hung out with your team to celebrate.
yeah,
No one would have thought that after that, you would have had an episode that said, I'm done.
yeah. And it's
Right.
crazy because the phone call to his girlfriend, he was like, I'm lonely. There was no one there. And she's always been, I don't know if she's always been, but she's been there and she's been through these. So she's always able to help him through, I guess, these episodes that no one knew about, right? He kept it to himself. He didn't really know nothing about it. But it goes to show you. Remember, that was a headline next week. You ain't heard nothing
Yep.
about it this week.
Nope.
NFL
Nope.
isn't to promote nothing about suicide prevention. They haven't jumped on any of that bandwagon to make sure people help themselves. It's the game goes on regardless of what happens. Moment of silence is cool, but let's pass on some legacy and make sure this never doesn't happen again. Or if it does happen again, we have something in place to be able to, move forward in a great way.
Yeah.
Not celebratory way, but a great way where it provides more knowledge so it doesn't happen again. We got to get to a point where we get so knowledgeable that we can prevent things like this from happening. I think for him, I'm disappointed. I know Dallas Cowboys helped his family. They helped pay for the arrangements. They helped, I think they gave him this year's salary. They did whatever they're going to do for that end. But I'm saying that is not enough. That's not enough from the Dallas Cowboys. It's not enough from the NFL. They should be having suicide prevention commercials all day, every day,
All day.
because
Right.
they
I
can
mean,
afford it.
you said moments of silence and thoughts and prayers aren't going to get you anywhere. Uh, Again, we're not pointing fingers, but we just saying,
No,
come on, more action. And I'm gonna pat us on the back just by saying the action. We need action. The action that we're doing, we're talking about it. It's an
yeah,
uncomfortable conversation, as you always say, and hopefully, someone when they see this will be like, "Man, I'm teetering. I'm close, right? I got issues. I don't know what to do, where to go. Don't want to
yeah.
bother my family. Don't want to bother my homies. What is it, 988? Or, dial 3 numbers on your phone. It's free call. Call.
Hey, everybody got Google on their phone. Google suicide prevention. Google someone to talk to when I'm having bad thoughts.
Yeah.
There's gonna be numbers or something pop up everywhere with every community across this country that you can go ahead and call and get someone that don't know you that has an open-minded ear for you to talk to and listen to and give you some guidance on what to do. I think and you don't gotta be around your homies. Go, man. I'll be back, man. I gotta go make this run. Go
Mhm.
somewhere by yourself and make that call. But also I put it on your friends and your surrounding families and people around you to keep that watchful eye. Like really keep that watchful eye. I think I forgot his name on Ryan Clark's podcast. Crowder. He always says, man, that the happiest person in the room and that's making the most jokes is probably the most depressing person in the room. The
Mm.
most depressed person in the room. The person that you see that's the most positive, probably in his heart, got a lot of malice. He's going through a lot and he's not showing it. And I can relate to what he's saying because we've gotten so good at playing the poker face, we don't
Mhm.
show everybody what's really going on inside and the pain that you're going through. You kind of just force yourself to get through it. I'm guilty of it. Just I'm pretty sure you are too. Things
Yeah,
when you're in a
definitely.
dark spot, you just
Definitely.
fight your way through it and you don't show nobody. I think I got to a point where I know I can manage it. There's some people that can't manage it, and these bad things happen. And I'm talking about with the brother that killed those kids from Virginia. I'm talking about the young man that killed himself from the Dallas Cowboys last week, and probably every other suicide
Yeah.
that goes around. We need somebody to really, really pay attention to what's going on, and it just can't be that personal time. Maybe somebody that if you notice it, be like, "Hey, man, is everything all right? Like for real? Like is something going on?" And don't give me that, and quit with the smile and then all that. Like for real, tell me what's going
Mhm.
on.
Am I
Um,
my brother's keeper? Yes, I am.
Yes, I am, and I think that and
Yes,
that's
I
okay to get,
am.
and it's okay to and walk with them the journey to get them help, man.
Yeah.
Everything ain't funny. That's the
Yeah.
problem. Everything's
Yeah.
not funny or a joke.
Yep.
Like everything's not, man. Like some things are really, really deep and serious. So I just wish we would acknowledge that on certain people for real.
Truth. All right. On that note, on a slightly different conversation, but still of tragedy to an extent.
Mhm.
We got, and again, I want to ask you this: why it's folks in authority that are preying on our kids? So here we go, Virginia. Like, again, back in Virginia, but a high school coach has been charged with child pornography, other acts as well, with as it relates to minors. Can't find him now. High school coach missing since last week is wanted on child pornography possession and other charges related to soliciting a minor.
Mm.
This is a high school football coach who parents
Trust.
entrust their kid with to help that kid grow and learn skills that they can not just use out there on the field, but also in life. This man got pictures on his laptop or wherever, and he's doing other things. You know he's wrong because he didn't mess around and gone missing.
Yeah.
What's going on, man? Like, again,
I would tell parents, and we've talked about it before when other situations happen. You got to watch the people who's watching your kids. You can't really trust nobody and talk to them and ask them honestly what's going on. This is a person obviously, and plus, I mean, again, man, Chameleon. You know, he's probably a good guy talking all this other time, but
Mhm.
you know, probably sees a young lady or a young man he thinks he can approach, and then he preys on them. I mean, you know, hey man, the greatest chameleon was the devil, bro.
Ooh.
That's the greatest chameleon in the world was the devil.
You ain't never
So
lied, boy. Mhm.
so how I mean, you think people can't be chameleons and act like some certain way and be very egregious in the back end? And I don't know if that's the right word, but be very evil in the
Mhm.
backside.
Mhm.
Uh, um,
What's crazy about this story, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I'm thinking about this. Even though it's a small town, so it's in Appalachia, uh, a town of less than 2,000 people, as it shows here.
mhm.
Everybody know each other. Come on, I know I don't know everybody, but again, in a town of only 2,000 people, when you
You
walk
know, a
into the
lot. I
local,
mean, you know, a lot. But think about this. But you got to think about it in a town of 2,000 people. That young lady that doesn't really, you know, this a little awkward at this age right now, and nobody talks to her very much. You know, and then here comes this gentleman that talks to her and befriends her all the time. Like you can manipulate somebody the situation very, very easily. You know, because they do. They manipulate the situation. And whether somebody that's popular, you hold something over their head.
mm,
Oh, you're not
hmm
going to get a good grade at PE if you don't do this. Or, you know, and I'm gonna be real. I don't know the age of the people, the person that he supposedly was charged with having pornography with, but let's be perfectly honest and real. Some of these youngsters and these kids are very fast,
yes,
and what I mean, they are putting themselves out there to draw that type of attention.
yep,
They are. You can't say there aren't because there are. There's too many cases. There's some young women and some young men that are putting themselves out to draw that type of attention from an adult, whether they think it's good or bad or wrong or indifferent. They do. And then situations like this happen because it goes too far, right? It can go too far. It can do these certain things. Man, it's all cluttered up in a mess in just a mess of you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
But the difference between all that, he should know better.
He should know
That's the
better.
that's the key. He should
Right.
know better. He's
And
not
and
only
he
a coach. Yeah,
he knows better.
he's not only a coach. I mean, he's on campus all day, every day, walking around. Right.
He's
He's not
he's
only involved with the players. He's involved with the water girls. He's involved with the cheerleaders. He's involved with the cheerleader coaches. He sees all of them. He sees all of them how they move and what they're doing.
I'm trying to see
He's
because he
heavily
was
involved.
not just the excuse me, not just the football coach, but he was let's see, work also listed as a physical education teacher.
Yep. PE
So
teacher. Yep.
again, so he's right. He's engaged and interacting with everybody that walks through that school.
Yep. So you mean tell me he can't point out the one that he
Yeah.
thinks is not getting enough attention?
Right.
Boys think she's, thinks she's not. She doesn't look good because she's a little awkward. And he compliments her all the time. You know, come to my office. You have any
Yeah. Let's
problems? Come to
talk. Come on,
yeah.
man.
All those things. And man, let's be honest. I'm sure our kids are guilty of going in those. Somebody saying to them and going in those offices. Just happening that maybe ours got our spider senses, or they got enough attention at home where they don't know not to go there for. But some people don't, man. So some kids go through that stage where they're just lonely, right? Parents are too busy to be with them. They got a lot of stuff on their mind. There's no one there. And this is a helpful ear to talk to another adult, but then that adult takes advantage of it. I mean, it's a lot of it, conniving, man, sneaky people. But like I said, my advice is got to watch it. Everybody got to watch everybody to make sure it's not going on. I mean, we see all these. We see the situation with these young men with these female teachers, right? Female teachers, same thing. I mean, I'll keep it real. I wasn't told, but I would have told back in the day. But I mean, the guys that tell and do all that stuff, or they go through that thing. I mean, it's a predator on a person that's innocent, right? They hold something over their head that they can manipulate them with. Hey, you'll get a good grade if you come with me.
Right.
Hey,
I'm failing the class. Teacher thinks I'm cuter anyway. Let me show some attention.
And you're the guy on the sports team, and I'm failing this class, and I might get a scholarship and all this stuff. Or hey, I hold the golden gems that you won't fail this class. Boom. Or guess what? Hey, I know you shouldn't have enough money. Let me buy you some nice things so you can have them. So the boys won't tease you anymore. Or the girls won't tease. It's all those types of things, man, that kind of go in. And we know those young, bro. I always go back. The Army doesn't recruit young kids because they're physically fit. They recruit them because they're mentally weak. It's the same thing. It's the same exact thing as a predator that wants to molest somebody that's in that frame. They're not going after them because they're mentally strong. They're going after because they're mentally weak. And what breaks that down is a compliment, something they want. Things of those natures, things that are attracted to them or things that they want, they provide it to them, and then they lure them in. Come on, it's the biggest, Satan taught that trick a long time ago. So
day one.
That's
why Adam and Eve got kicked out. Listen, y'all read the book.
Man, so trying to manipulate the people he can manipulate. So I just really believe, you got to just keep a watchful eye on everybody and everything. And that thing that parents don't monitor the texts and they don't monitor the social media, bro, that's all BS. You need to monitor that stuff. They're not the age of 18. They can't provide it for themselves. So you should have the right to be able to monitor. They shouldn't be
paying for it anyway, parent. You paying for that phone, internet access.
So you mean tell me this dude? So let me ask you this question. So he got pornography on there, child pornography on there. Where do you think he got? Who sent it to him?
Oh.
All those pictures he didn't download from the internet, I guarantee you.
Yeah,
I guarantee he didn't take all the pictures by himself. I guarantee you, he didn't talk probably some little girl, some little boy sending him some pictures.
Why he in PE class? We speculating, but it's more than likely.
Hey man, I'm just saying
80% probably true. Right? Yeah. We speculating, but probably again in a small town, small environment, 2,000 people in the whole town. We probably 85% true on this, man. So Travis Turner, turn yourself in.
You can manipulate anybody's silence, right? You don't want to tell nobody. Don't tell nobody about this. Don't say anything about this. This is gonna mess up everything, your whole family, and this. Dude, it's diabolical, right? The dude.
It's one of the things you're doing the same thing, right? You're scratching your head, just trying to trying to make it make sense.
You know it's wrong because he's missing.
Yes.
Now, the one thing we don't know is they missing because somebody kidnapped him, and the person he was doing that to, the child he was messing with, if the parent got a hold of him first and did whatever they want to do to him, because vengeance is always going to be on my purpose. I'm going to tell you right now, somebody did it to my daughter. I'm coming after them with all hell, all vengeance. Ain't nothing stopping me. So
I have that nightmare, actually. It's funny that you said it. I have, I'll confide in you in this. I have that nightmare that I think about, if, God forbid, if anything went down with anybody in my circle, man, it would be somebody's last day. And I hate having those thoughts and having that feeling, but it would not be a good day for
but you're
anybody
in tune
involved.
with yourself to know that's my breaking point. That's where it's going to cross the line into my breaking point.
Yeah.
You touch my daughter and my kids in an unwilling way that they don't like it, I'm coming. It's fine. I'm going to jail. I'm telling everybody right there right now, I'm going to jail, and I will have no qualms about it.
Nope.
At all. You touch my grandchildren, I'm coming to jail. Yeah. If my son doesn't, or my daughter doesn't kill him first, I'm coming after him. And I don't think that I'm threatening anybody. I'm just saying that invasion of my family, I'll never take it lightly, and I'm coming after you. We're not Well, they're gonna be going to counseling because daddy's in jail and she got to fix whatever happened to her or him for sure. But I'll be incarcerated.
No question. Point blank. And again, I don't like to talk about that stuff, but again, but it's truth and it's reality. And when Coach Travis Turner turns himself in wherever he is, I can guarantee you again, small town in Virginia. My extended family's from Hampton and the Richmond and the Fredericksburg areas. I know old school country Virginia. They're gonna be some
Yeah.
There'll be some furniture moving out there. There's gonna
Yeah.
be
He
somebody.
got
There's
to be
gonna
able
be
to sell
some
by
dad
him. He
that's
got
not
to be
gonna be
able to sell
happy.
by himself for real. He
Yeah,
gonna have to be by himself because if he's in anywhere near Gym Pop, we already know how they feel about that with the prison
yeah,
politics.
yep.
Um, hey man, it just sucks that the victims or whatever he did is too. That's sad because now they got to go through this. One, they got to rehash it, what happened to them, and then they got to rehash it in the media, and they gonna have to rehash it during the trial, just trying to get themselves through high school, right? If it's a
Yeah,
high school
and then
kid,
all the
high
story
school.
gonna come out, right? And then it's gonna be embarrassing for a long time for the kids involved, and that's
Yeah, it's a mess, man. It's just a mess, and that dude knew better. That's the problem. He knew better. He knew better.
yeah,
So I hope justice is served in that case.
they're gonna get him. They're gonna get. I'm gonna be glass half full. So I'm starting off my new year being glass half full, thinking that either karma or something gonna get these casters out here doing this dirt, and oh boy, gonna get caught up. Okay, let's keep it moving. Let's kind of change shifting a little bit. We are huge fans of what's going on with women's athletics, women's sports. Just this story popped up because again, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. Project B, the alternate league for the WNBA,
Mm-hmm.
until they finish and get all of their negotiations and their uh, salary talks taken care of. We got some big names that is saying, you know what, WNBA, figure it out if you want to, but if not, I'm going over here to Project B.
Mm-hmm.
Kelsey Mitchell, Sophie Cunningham, Jewel
Oh,
Lloyd,
Sophie
Alyssa
Cunningham's a
Thomas.
huge man.
You
These are
got
all
some
stars.
names. You
Yeah, these are all stars. Yeah.
right? Camilla Cardoso, she's fresh in the league and already talk about, listen, I'm through with y'all.
Well,
I'm gonna go over here.
it they better get it right. Like the WNBA better start to get it right because just like what's some cats from golf, the guys that invaded PGA
Yeah, the ones that
or
with the
PGA.
Saudi Arabia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I think if they don't get a hold of it right, somebody's gonna come up with enough money to provide an alternative. And that's what the WNBA does not want.
Mm-mm.
Because it's not strong enough to fight it, right? It's not strong enough to fight somebody got more money, gonna buy some more TV time just as much as you guys
Oh
got,
man.
and say
Yep.
we're gonna split the athletes. Like the NBA, NHL, Major League Baseball, and football got enough money where nobody can overpower them when it comes to that. Matter of fact, if you try to invade those sports, they'll buy you out, a la TNT did, ESPN did TNT.
Yep.
We're not gonna be in the business of competitive. We'll just buy you out. So the male sports are there. WNBA is not in that privy lane just
They're
yet.
not
They're not
ready.
in that. And we remember PGA got cut off guard. They didn't even think this was coming. It was just a rumor, and then all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. They're throwing their own golf tours. Matter of fact, we find your athletes under your nose that you're not paying attention to.
For three,
Boom.
5 times as much as y'all was paying them. The only one that
Exactly.
was advocating for the PGA was Tiger Woods, and we
Yep.
love Tiger, but he's had some issues too. But that didn't even
Yeah.
Phil Mickelson, all them old cats said,
Yeah.
listen, I'm gonna go over here and mess with these Saudis, and I'm gonna get this
And get
money.
this money and get this money, endorse the deals they got, and endorse the clubs they got, and endorse the clothes they got, because I'm sure whatever the Saudis put up to create that lead, they've gotten that already back tenfold.
Oh yeah, they print the money over there, and that's that print.
Yeah,
It come out the ground. That's the oil money. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
they print money every day.
So don't think of somebody that WNBA, man. I'm telling you, if they don't get their stuff together and start kind of locking this stuff down, they're gonna have a problem. And I bet you the new contracts from now on is gonna say you can't do this no more. I
Yeah,
guarantee the next wave of contracts is gonna say you can't go play for another league. You're exclusively part of the WNBA and WNBA only. There won't be no more. If they get this pay increase like they're supposed to, there will be no moonlighting. You can't go play nowhere
yeah,
else.
yeah.
that's going to be that new contract. So it's going to be interesting to see, man, how fast they move. I'm telling you, if Caitlin Clark talks about joining, that's when the money will start. Like, oh,
Everything shut down then. Yeah, listen, we just
yeah,
gonna open all the purse strings in.
yeah,
Whatever
yeah,
you
yeah,
want. Whatever you
yeah.
want. I'm
We're gonna do whatever you
surprised.
want to make sure this is right.
Yeah, I'm surprised Brittney Griner hasn't decided to look at one of these other leagues. Either Unrivaled or
Mm,
Project B, right? Because she's the kind of the one of the first ones that started all this when she
yeah,
went over to
yeah.
Russia. I'm
I
just
think
surprised. I mean, she's not as dominant as she used to be, but she's still a
yeah.
good player.
I saw her interview. I saw her interview on BET. She was talking about it. Yeah, I don't think I don't think she will ever wave away from the WNBA because of loyalty.
Mm.
Because despite what everybody's saying, WNBA was trying to pull her back. They just didn't
Yeah,
have the resources or the money, but they all supported her. So I think she's gonna stay there for loyalty, loyalty
yeah,
purposes. And I 100% agree with her. The situation she went through, being away, and then finally come home. WA didn't even hesitate. They signed her right away when she came home.
yes,
She was back playing hoop. I think a few months later, as soon as she got back in shape, she was ready to go. So,
yeah.
it's hard. Think about it, man. If somebody get locked up, man, most people forget about you. They actually stuck
WNBA
by her.
did Brittany right. They really
Yeah, yeah.
did, right? I
They did
mean,
her
the
right.
whole
Yeah.
league, they had all the
Welcomed her back,
promotions and
everybody.
everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they
They
did it
did her
right.
right. That worked. So I mean, that's just the loyalty. I can understand why she wouldn't jump. She was not going to jump ship or go to one of those leagues. But that doesn't mean everybody
Mhm.
else, right? Hey, I mean, I'm serious. I mean, everybody else
Yeah,
financially, if it makes sense, if the dollar, if somebody's going to pay you more to do the exact same thing you do, you're going to go who pays you more. They're
there you
playing
go.
basketball. Somebody's going to pay you more to play basketball in the United States. Why would not I take advantage of it? You're WNBA. You're not the only. You won't be the only league, and I
Hmm.
think that's a dangerous game they're playing
They
because,
play for championships and they pay to get paid for their work.
yep,
If they get a championship with Project B or Unrivaled and make
yep.
2 times the amount of money,
Why would I not play for them? Why? I mean, there's no reason why I wouldn't play for them. The reason why you want to play in the WNBA because you think it's the epitome of playing women's basketball, right?
yeah,
The best of the best, and the best of the best usually gets paid the best.
right.
Well, if that's not the case anymore, and it's diluted, then there's no reason for me not to play somewhere else. I think this all comes back. Remember, one, it was the ABA versus the NBA, right?
Yeah,
NBA
yeah.
bought out the ABA because they had more money and it solidified to where they're at. USFL tried to challenge the NFL, and they would have been successful if they had some more money.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Hmm.
be honest with you. If they had more money, NFL was running in a little bit of trouble, but they folded, and NBA and the NFL absorbed some of those guys or players of some of those teams. Now the NFL is what it is today. Um, I don't think the Project B. We're in a place in on our economy now where two can exist.
Yeah.
In professional sports, two leagues can exist. They've been doing it overseas forever. Soccer, there's
Oh,
thousands of soccer leagues
yeah.
that pay a lot of money. They're good. But you're in the United States sports arena, we never had that, right? You're either professional, which is one league, and then amateur is everybody else, right? Well, the ground's been broken with PGA with the golf, and now the WNBA, it can seriously happen that way. I just think Project B needs a little bit more money to backing them, and then I think it's going to be a major problem for the WNBA because all they got to do is have one star say, "I'm not going back. I'm not playing for the WNBA anymore. I'm playing for Project B."
Trying to figure. Well, Maverick Carter, LeBron's business partner was advising Project B. I don't know who all the folks are. It'd be interesting to see who all the folks are behind the scenes that are actually got the big pockets.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't be surprised again if Mav Carter is behind it. I wouldn't be surprised if LeBron's throwing a couple of million here and there.
I wouldn't
Right?
be
He
surprised.
he i-
Why?
he is the business entrepreneur. He's coming to the end of his career. Eh,
It makes sense, right?
Right?
From a business stand, it makes sense, right? If we have an opportunity to crack that, to crack into this business that way, and be able to make and be able to make money. I mean, women's basketball is at an all time high right now.
Yeah.
It's at all time high, and it's only going up. because a lot of fans still haven't been won over, but they're gonna get one. They're gonna get won over pretty soon. Any basketball fan will be watching it at some point. I think you strike the iron while it's hot. If I have the money, I get into it right now, and let's have a plan. How can we? How can we be competitors of the WNBA? Oh well, easily. Let's go to markets they're not at. Let's go to markets where they embrace women's basketball, and let's pluck a few of their stars and build around. Because there's more than enough players everywhere to play. There's a bunch of good players that haven't made the WNBA, but that are great that can transport to this league and be able to be a part of it. Let's mimic what they already do. Let's have a draft. We can both draft. They can draft a player. We can draft them too. Who signs them first is the one who wins. It's not who drafts you first; it's who signs you first.
Yeah.
So, bro, it's all set up there. You know me. I already told you about the UFL. I think if Rock and his wife would do a few things differently, that league could be super, super, uber successful.
Yeah.
I just think that they got to change their motto a little bit. But man, it's all it is just getting in the right place at the right time and doing the right thing. I think everything will fall in spot for them.
And the right folks with the right amount of
and you know who I would be targeting? I would be like, what's the WNBA offering you, Juju? We're gonna offer you double that.
Why are you gonna bring up Juju? Come on. Oh my goodness.
I'm just saying,
so
if you're really gonna make a move, if you're gonna make a move, you make a move like that. Then everybody's gonna notice, like, whoa, Juju's playing in the Project B. She's not going to the WNBA.
It is not guaranteed right now that she will go to the WNBA. That is a true statement that I don't think anybody is talking about.
So imagine if Juju got drafted by Project B and was the #1 draft pick. You don't think a lot of those other people are gonna follow? If Project B is doing all the things right that the WNBA drafted, like getting them charter planes like they're supposed to, playing in arenas like they're supposed to, you know, having the right equipment and workout and nutritionists like they're supposed to. You don't think if they did that right up front and they signed someone like Juju that all those other people that are coming out are not going to follow? I'm just saying, man. WNBA, but this is no one's fault but the WNBA. They left themselves open for this to happen. They're the ones that messed up. So we'll see.
Man, talking about Juju, Lord, come on, no. She already. The ends are already beaten. Juju can do whatever she want to do.
Hey man, them ends gonna meet. When she gets drafted, them ends is gonna really meet. I'm telling you.
Juju gonna be hot. We're looking forward to that for sure. All right. See, again, now we're getting into some good things. We're getting into some better topics. So, I had to bring a baseball story just because that's me, and hopefully you appreciate this one. You remember Monet Davis?
Oh yeah.
Monet, brother.
The girl that threw the shutout in the Little League World Series, right?
Yes, the pitcher. Monet has been drafted into the Women's Pro Baseball League. She was picked 10th overall. I wanted her to go, of course, higher than that, but she top 10. Yeah. But I think that's dope. So I'm definitely going to be looking forward to this inaugural season of the Women's Pro Baseball. We talked about this too.
Now, see, is the women's baseball, is that going to be televised? Is that going to have an instant impact on TV, or how is that going to work? I mean, and what other sports are they going to be going against for fan base?
It's not going to be on ESPN proper. I would just because there's only 4 teams.
Okay, that's a start though.
Right. So there's Boston, New York, LA, San Francisco, and they're going to start in August 2026. So 4 squads. I think by that time, by August 2026, they'll probably have some more teams, have some more expansion. But
I mean, so they're going to play during the fall season?
Yeah, I would say so. The WPBL with 4 teams representing Boston, New York, Los Angeles, and San Francisco is set to begin play at Robin Roberts Stadium in August 2026, following the Women's Baseball World Cup, which is in July. So 4 squads in.
Bad move. Bad move. You're going to be competing with football. Bad move, man. To get viewership. They're going to be competing with football. And that's going to be the opening, the one opening the preseason or in the preseason or the opening of the first week of football. Why would they do that to their sport? I don't understand why they would do that to their sport. I mean, granted, you don't want to play them during the same time as Major League Baseball, but you damn sure don't want them to play during the same time as football season about to open.
Yeah.
That's like, I mean, I'm sorry, I don't have anything. I mean, I hope it's a good product. I don't like baseball, period, so it doesn't matter to me. But I'm saying baseball enthusiasts or people that would even want to be excited about it. I think a lot of the dollars are going to go towards the football market, and then two, I don't know if those four major cities are the right cities to start this league off in.
Yeah.
You're talking about cities that have a lot of things to do all the time, and you ask people to stop and go watch women's baseball, which is new, which would be cool at first when it's new, but you're just getting over a long baseball season with the World Series, right? Is there enough fans that's going to carry over and say, we're going to go support the women's baseball right after we just went through 165 games and so on during the playoffs and football's here? It just seems like they're setting them up for it. They're not setting them up to be successful
No,
as far as
I
schedule is.
I'm probably be honest with you, and I'm gonna be all transparent because I'm still the baseball guy. I'm gonna watch one game at least, because I want to see Monet. I want to see her out there on the mound. I'm gonna watch at least one game.
You don't watch one?
I'm gonna be like, sis, you made it. I'll be
Uh-huh.
like, but again, if it's not dope enough, if it's not hot, then she's gonna be playing for Philly. No, she's from Philly. Where I don't know where she's playing for. She is playing for, I don't know. I had to
You know
figure
what
that out.
you know what would have been dope for them? You know what would have been the biggest twist if they would have did it? Is to have been like, we have 4 teams that are going to go against 4 international teams to make it 8.
Mm,
Because baseball doesn't do that.
yeah.
Be like, this is the North American League. We're going to play teams from Alaska, plus spots in Canada, outside of Toronto, like Vancouver or whatever there. 4 teams in the U.S., some teams in Mexico. That way, you have a different thing that's going to attract, because guess what? Even if you don't sell great in the United States during football, those other countries don't care about football.
Mm-hmm. Now, that may be how they bring in more excitement by, again, bringing in maybe, I don't know, amateurs or whatever else, but 4 teams is not enough. So they got a year. We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
We
but
break in
and
news.
also the players you're going to get, how to transcending from softball to baseball.
Mm.
Just a pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
How's that going to work? That's the part I would be skeptical how that's going to work. Someone that's a dominant pitcher in softball that played at LSU or Alabama or one of these schools, and then you flip to throwing overhand baseball, something that's lighter and a different motion. I wonder how this is going to transcend into baseball. I'm pretty sure it's going to be fine at some point. It should be pretty good. But I'm saying, with 4 teams, and it does the same exact thing that regular baseball does without any flair or something that's coming in it besides the gender differences. I don't Going into football, man, I don't know if that's going to sell. I'm just being honest with you. That's going to be a hard ticket to sell.
They're gonna make it like the who was it? The Savannah Bananas. Make it into like a sideshow
Yeah.
game.
But they make it in a science show. That's the Harlem
Yeah.
Globetrotters of baseball. So I
Yeah.
get their thing.
Yeah.
They got a niche. But I'm serious, man. I mean, I'm being real. I want them to be successful.
Yeah.
I don't know. That timing is bad. That timing is pretty bad. Without no flair. Like, now you can say, okay, hey, Mexico's playing Philly and Philadelphia. May not be a big draw, women's, but Americans going to Mexico to play them in Mexico City or females baseball game. That's going to be a draw. Them going to play in Alaska that doesn't have any professional sports, that is a draw.
Yeah.
Them going to play in Vancouver women's baseball will probably be a draw, because it's Canadian versus U.S. You can always throw that as your marketing tool. I just don't see watching those 4 teams play each other in a round robin for several weeks bring them in any income where they can have some validity in the market. Man, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah. But she gonna be down in your neck of the woods, L.A. Just
Look,
drive
I'll
up.
go if they was in San Diego, I'll go watch. I'm not driving to LA to
Come
go
on,
watch.
brother. You can drive a couple of hours just up to I-5.
No,
Go check them out.
they in San Diego. I'll do it.
Oh,
I would do it. But I'm not driving all the way to LA to go watch
can't
no
take you
baseball.
nowhere, brother.
And where they gonna play it? They definitely gonna play Dodger Stadium or Angels. Where they playing it? That's another thing.
Yeah, I don't know where they're gonna play. Hopefully it's not at some high school field or something, some community park. They got to build something for them, I'm sure. They'll
They're
hook
not.
him
But
up.
I don't think building something for him ain't
Come
gonna
on,
happen. But
man.
they're gonna have to
Again,
set
glass
something.
half full. I'm trying to. They're gonna
So you
find
think
some community part.
The Boston team is gonna play at what's
Oh
called the
no,
Red
hush
Sox
him out.
team?
Yeah, hush him out. Yeah, I mean that's
I'm just saying, where were they?
yeah,
Where were they?
that's not gonna happen. Yeah, it'll probably be. I would say at probably a college, because the college feels a dope. I mean, I've been to
Yeah.
the Oregon one. I've been to the one in LA. UCLA. Maybe they'll play at UCLA. I mean, they got a nice feel there,
Yeah.
unless they're closer to USC or wherever. But probably at a college stadium.
I hope so. I wish them all the best, man. I really do. I think that's that. I mean, it's cool. I just don't. I hate when the business model sets them up for failure, and I think
Yeah.
that one, it's just a calendar, man. It doesn't mesh. It seems like they would be better off playing that in the beginning of baseball, and yeah, maybe
Mm-hmm.
splitting fans. But again, like I told you, my idea all the time, they should be the opening game for the professional team to grab a fan base.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That makes sense to me. Hey, the LA team, female Dodgers are playing before the big Dodger game. Now the stadium won't be full, but people will be trailing in and they get to see them. They'll start to follow them and do all those things because they'll get to know them. Playing them on your own, man, that's a tough ticket. That's a tough ticket. And I told you that it should be the same model for the WNBA. I
For
think
the
they would
WNBA.
they would have
Yep.
grew faster. But then the person came, Caitlin Clark came along, and then
Yeah.
they got their own niche now. They good to go. They fine.
They good to go. So
They
we'll
good to
see.
go.
We'll see. It's going to take a lot longer for them to get taken care of and set up. You mentioned about Caitlin. I did not know this until you told me this as well. Because shouts out to Steph.
Yes, sir.
Steph said, "Hey, listen, I'm through with y'all over here at Under Armour. Had all these years with you. We got the. I didn't like Steph's shoes anyway over at Under Armour. I'm not.
Hater. You a
I
hater.
wasn't. I was a hater, right? But no, maybe now he'll get some. So y'all know Steph done ended his contract, or he let it expire with Under Armour. One of the reasons, come to find out, where he did not renew is because Under Armour couldn't grab Caitlin.
Yep.
That's crazy to me.
That's
That's crazy
cool.
cool though. It's crazy cool. That's putting your money where your mouth is, and the fact that Under Armour couldn't grab her as opposed to going to Nike, and
Mhm.
someone as big as Steph Curry is. The Not the face of the league, but the man who has changed the league, I think, in the most
Oh yeah.
dramatic direction. Because he can, no matter, it's not even just shooting threes. He can shoot from anywhere on the court. And Steph has
Yeah.
changed that. And for him to be able to say, "I'm leaving this major sponsor because y'all can't get your stuff together and pull in this major athlete." Now look at him now. Every day he wearing somebody new. I saw the other day he was wearing Reebok. He
Yeah,
was
yeah. He said he's celebrating all the great moments and great players that wore their shoes. So he's trying to emulate them in different. He says it's very strategical what shoes he's wearing at what time. But the crazy part, man, for him to be able to want to be an advocate and support women's sport and support Caitlin Clark and say, hey, I think she's kind of like me. She's a trendsetter in women's basketball. We need to get her. And Under Armour failed. And that was one of the driving points why he said he can't be with them. I think, man, more kudos to him, right? More
hmm
kudos to him. It's funny. I saw Kevin Durant and them trying to tell him to come join Team Nike. He needs to be a Nike guy. Uh, they've been advocating for Steph to be part of the Nike family. But I think Steph is going to go on his own. I think he's going to produce. I think he's
Yeah.
doing his own.
Because I
He's
thought
not.
maybe he'd be not just Nike. I thought he'd be a Jordan guy, but
Mhm.
I think it makes sense, right? Again, kind of doing what Jalen Brown is doing. I don't like Jalen Brown's stuff, but
But
the
if
fact that
Nike
he's
was
got
smart,
his own thing, I'll just.
if Nike was smart, Nike would give Steph not the Jordan deal, but something similar to it. Like, we're going to give you your own
Well, yeah,
Curry
it's too
brand
late. It's
under
too
the
late in his career to give him kind of the Jordan
yeah,
deal.
yeah, yeah. I think they said we're going to give you the Curry brand though under the Nike umbrella.
Oh, I
Like
got
you
you.
could do your
I got you. Give
you
him
could do your
his
Curry
own.
shoes. It's
hmm
gonna be Curry. It's not gonna be
hmm
it's like Jordan is Jordan's. This is gonna be Curry. SC Steph's. These are gonna be Steph's. Steph's everything is gonna go underneath there. And this we're not gonna pay you as much as we pay Jordan, but I think we believe in your model because you changed the game so much. This will be yours for generations to come. The Curry thing. I think
Curry.
that would be smart on Nike's part, and I think Steph would go for that. But if they don't, from what I've read, I think he's going to do his own thing. I'm not quite sure where he's going to get manufactured and all that stuff. That's a lot of money. But I'm sure he has investors and a lot of friends that don't mind doing it. But it would be to stop having from him not to be a competitor of Nike. Nike should become a partner and say, "Hey, Steph, we want to do this for you. Let's roll, let's rock, so we can all make some money."
He is a marketable brand. He's the guy.
Make it make sense, brother. That's what I say.
Bruh, he going wherever he land, if it's either his own manufacturing, if it's Reebok, if it's Puma, wherever it is, he gonna be okay.
If think about it, if he was a Nike representative, I'm the joking now, bro. I'd be in this game every night, be like, "Yeah, come on, brother. Let's chop it up."
Can we get back to the bargaining table? Can I holler at you one?
I'm a fan, man. We can stay here and watch the game. We can talk after the game, before the game, during the game, whatever you want. Like, holler at me and conversate. Let's conversate because
whatever you need, I got you. Yeah. You know,
we got to bring it to the table. So, but good for him, man. Kudos, man. What a positive influence in the community. It seems like he does nothing wrong and everything right, man. I'm shout out to Steph.
Yeah, that's true. And again, I like what he's doing just by he was rocking the Sabrina Ionescu's the other day. He was rocking the Reeboks the other day.
And he just did he just did something big in the Oakland area for the kids. I don't know if he bought groceries for everybody or something. He did something really, really big. Him and his wife did something big in the Oakland community to feed the kids, man. So, like I said, man, the brother seems like he does everything right and nothing wrong. At least from our review, from what we see. Man, I respect to Steph, man. He's got that reading foundation for reading, for kids to read all the time and do all those good things, man. So he's doing it big, man. He's a pillar in the NBA and in the Bay Area community for sure.
There you go. There you go. Go ahead on and cook, brother. Go ahead and cook, chef.
Go ahead, do your chef. Do your thing, chef.
Do your thing,
yes,
brother.
Sir.
He done torched my teams too much. I might as well stay with him and let him have his piece. All right, brother. One last story I want to bring up to you. Now, I'm just gonna ask you a question. Do you here I go. Yeah, I'm on that right now. Do you play an instrument? You know anybody play an instrument?
I know some people that play instruments. I don't play them. No.
You seen the marching band and when they lined up?
Oh yeah, absolutely, all the time.
One thing you don't want to do is mess with the marching band.
Okay.
But see, I'm setting it up just like that for you, bruh. When the marching band is playing and you try to roll up on them.
Oh, get them hands put on you. Get them things put on you.
You gonna you gonna mess around and catch this 2-piece.
And then he went back to playing. That's the
cold part. He went right back to work. Went right back to work. Hey man, just because you don't like the tune, just because maybe your squad is down, don't take it out on the band.
Hey, don't mess with Dr. Lee in the squad, man. Do not mess with Dr. Lee. Bro, don't mess with Dr. Lee. Shoot. Man, he put them hands on him quick.
Bro, just quick too. Holding the what is that? A trombone or whatever that tuba?
I don't know what that is. Tuba something.
Man.
And he put them things on him real quick. I wonder what he said to do, man. That's crazy. Like, I don't know what he told him. And then the cold part, he just went right back to playing. That's
went
crazy.
right back to work. Then skip a beat. Don't sleep on these musicians here. Again, my God, I don't know, advocate for violence, ladies and gentlemen, but hey, he put them hands on him. Look, and went right back to work. Man, I wish. So,
and who is that to do? The conductor just going up to make sure they're all right. You all right?
Hey, conductor said, "I told you." I told you, don't be messing with these Texas Southern boys out here. Texas Southern tuba player, that's it. He said, pause to throw hands and went right back to blowing the brass. Man.
Who saw? I'm surprised this dude ain't suspended or something, man. Wow, that's crazy.
No, he got free lunch for the rest of the year. What he got? He
Man. Also, before we go, man, I want some awareness.
Yes.
Please remember the situation happened at Delta State. They still haven't resolved that issue about the young man that supposedly hung himself.
Yep.
Please, man, our fans and people just keep a watchful eye out for that. There's just foul play, I think, in that situation that still hasn't been addressed. And then, man, just overall, man, just it's Thanksgiving weekend or Thanksgiving week. Have a great time with you guys as family. Enjoy each other's company. Again, check up, make sure everybody's all right. The ones that didn't show up, give them a call, make sure they're good. Set that plate on the side for those that got to work and come in a little late. And have a great, great weekend for everybody. And then, like we always say,
Hold on.
got me. Go ahead.
Hold on. I got one more thing. I'm gonna give you these flowers. You can't just do that. You can't just do that.
I knew you was gonna try to blame this.
Yeah,
Man.
I'm gonna give you these flowers before we close out. Tell the folks what you're doing, man. Because again, here you go, taking care of the community, taking care of the kids, doing what's right.
No. So for this is I'm doing a recruiting seminar for all sports in high school, class of 2028, 27, 26, and 25, just to give them the power of no on how the recruiting process is, because it's changed so much over the last couple of years with the NIL, the transfer rule. High school kids are pretty much kind of shut out of what's going on. They need a better understanding how to, one, to market themselves, what they need to be able to put on their videos, what they need to do on social media wise, how to contact coaches, and the whole nine. Just give them and their parents an essence of power of no, so they can move on and be strong as they go on with this recruiting process. Because this is one of the most nerve-wracking processes of a high school athlete's career. Trying to figure out if some coach wants them or wants to look at them and have them interested in playing at the next level to continue the sport they're probably playing much of their life. So I'm just gonna give them a tidbit of knowledge so they can have, and a large Q&A for parents so they can feel comfortable and be able to ask the right questions so they can get forward and hopefully secure a scholarship and go play at the next level.
I'm gonna put the link in the description. You got the QR code right there. December the 11th at 5:30 p.m. here Pacific time.
Yeah.
Chula Vista,
this will be
get
in
ready.
San Diego, and I'm gonna start touring. I don't want to say touring, but I'm
Go
gonna
ahead, brother. Say
opening my services up to schools that want to book me and reserve me to come talk to the schools. Man, I think it's just a lost cause. And as you can see, it's not $15 per person; it's $15 a family.
Yeah.
So a family of four, you can bring yourself, your nephew, and mother, father, nephew, son, or whoever, and all of them. And I want all of them to be there to ask, and I can answer all their questions about this process, because, man, a phenom kid that was 14 years old may not be a phenom when he's a senior. So how do you market that kid?
Yeah.
A kid that had an unbelievable season, how do you market that kid? A kid that has all the attributes but nobody's noticing because his team is not that good, how does that kid know? All these things kind of come into play. And for all sports, softball, soccer, lacrosse, basketball, the whole nine, the recruiting process is still the same, but you got to really have a few tools to be able to make sure yourself is good to go, and you maximize your film, your ability to communicate with coaches to hopefully land yourself a scholarship.
Do your thing, brother. Man,
Oh,
do your thing, man. Yeah, I was not gonna let the show end without bringing it up. You knew it. You knew that was gonna be like the last slide, the last clip. All right, now you can take us home, brother. Now you can take us
that's
home.
crazy. Well, I appreciate everyone that wants to support. Please be around. I'm free to book. My information is on there, so if you guys want to book me on, I'm really good to go. But then again, like I said, man, always get comfortable having uncomfortable conversations, because that's how we learn. We out.
We out.
Team no sleep, we up all night. Montel and James keep the convo tight. Sports and culture where they collide. Tune in, lock in, let's take that ride. To Mike, to King, no snooze allowed. From the court to the block, we speak it loud. Social impact where the game alive. Crossovers and causes intertwined. We the voice from the streets to arenas. Breaking down plays from LeBron to Serena. Whistle blow when the world reacts. Sports and the struggle to co-op back song. Team no sleep, we talking real deep. Hip-hop, sports, no counter sheet. No the field to the booth, we tell the truth. Team no sleep, we bring the